Hello, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today for another fun video. So today I am remaking one of the cards that I used for a swap card for my team earlier, well actually last month now. So it's using Sparkle of the Season stamp set and matching seasonal swirl dies. I have done some of the prep so that for those of you who prefer the shorter videos, this is one of those for you. So I have half a sheet of basic grey cardstock, just scored, cut, scored. You can do short and fat or long and thin, doesn't make any difference. I just like that layout. I've got a piece of smoky slate, which is 5 5/8 by 3. Oh, no, it's not. It's a piece of pumpkin pie that is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Measurements on my website, link below. Smoky slate, which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. I have already die cut the swirl with the stars from the seasonal swirls dies, and I've used the black glitter paper from the seasonal catalogue, the mini catalogue, and it's this one that I've used. And I've also die cut some of the bats from the same black glitter paper. The black paper is one of the returning favourites, which is always fun when we bring back things that we've enjoyed before. I have already stamped the mini bat cluster, which is this one here, on the lining of my card. And I have already stamped and heat embossed the Happy Halloween, but those of you who follow me regularly have seen me do this quite often. It's almost straight as well, which is quite exciting. So I'm just basically going to put it together for you. Don't actually need this piece. Not quite sure why I had that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp a swirl, just as somewhere to sort of start everything from. So I've got my gorgeous grape ink and the swirl, and I'm just going to pop that towards the right hand side and just stamp it down. It doesn't matter which way up you do it, it's all the same thing. So there we go. Clean this off. And I am going to stamp some bats also in the gorgeous grape ink, but not just yet, because I want there to be little clusters. So I've got my swirl from the black glitter paper, and I'm going to use my tweezers just to hang on to that so I can just add little dollops of Tombow at strategic points. And for me, a strategic point is anywhere that is big enough to put a little dollop of Tombow. I'm not one for going on the really thin bits if you don't need to. Life is a bit too short for things like that. I'm going to move those just a little bit because that's a big enough place to dollop. And this is actually a question of less is more. You want a bit of glue but not a great sort of splodge. And then just pop that over the top of your swirl, just to add a bit of depth. Pop the ink pad over the top to help hold it in place. And whilst I am doing that, I'm going to add my liner to my card. So fold the basic grey in half, grab my seal, and add this to the inside of my card whilst that glue is just having that chance to actually adhere properly. It's just a little bit of a time saver if you've got other things you can get on with whilst your glue is doing its job. So that's that in. This should now be more or less stuck, and it is. And what we're going to do is I am going to add the bats. The bats are actually going to be flying with one wing attached and one up, and I am going to only have 3. I don't know why I did a fourth, probably just in case I lost one. And I'm also going to add, so I'm just holding some of these down a bit more. I'm also going to add some of the cute star adhesive backed sequins. So the first thing I'm going to do though is decide where my 3 areas of embellishment are going to be, and I'm going to stamp bats in those areas. So we'll have one lot up there, one lot down there and in a bit, and then one lot over here. And that's just to give a little bit of a background. Clean that off. Right, so all I need to do now, or next, is pop these down. Now I've used half a black dimensional on one wing of each of the bats, and then again a little bit of adhesive. And if you kind of spread it out, it dries quicker. So let's get him down. And the next one. And oops, don't really want him flying upside down. They may hang upside down, but I don't want him flying upside down. So stick down the dimensional and then the one with the adhesive. And don't worry if you go over some of your stamped bats, because these bats are more in the foreground and the stamped bats are more in the background. And this one I've got the dimensional on the other wing, so they're not all flying with the same wing up. And then we'll pop the layers together, and then we'll pop on the sentiment and the stars. And then we will be done. It is that quick. Now I do accept I did do the die cutting up front, but it didn't take that long. So and the wonderful thing about this particular stamp set is you can use it for Christmas, for autumn, or if you're in North America, fall, and Halloween. So you don't have to just use it for one of the festivities that are coming up. You've got a great range of sentiments. I'll just bring them across so you can see it. So you've got grateful, you've got Merry Christmas, may the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home, Happy Halloween, obviously, thankful for you. So some really nice sentiments and all these little bits and pieces that you can then dress your card up with. So as I say, a really useful set. I just take the backings off these, like that. And then this I'm going to have coming in from the edge, up there I think. I'm going to just line up my card, just to make sure that this is straight. And the easiest way of doing that is for this end bit to be straight. If this is straight, then that is straight. And then I just need to turn this over, trim from the back, and that is then magically the right length. And then I can come in with my take your pick and the sharp end and just add some stars. And I thought I'd use the orange and the iridescent and just add some stars around, nowhere in particular, just add them maybe to the clusters. And because I've got 3 areas of embellishment, I'm just going with that kind of area. So I've got orange, 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 or pumpkin pie, iridescent. So I'll have some more iridescent down here. I might bring that one up to there. And there we are. That is my Sparkle of the Seasons Seasonal Swirls Halloween card. So very simple, little bats on the inside. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave those in the description bar or in the comments area below the description bar. There's a link to my website in the description bar and also a link to my online store. So if you're in one of our European countries and you would like to shop with me, that would be fantastic. You can do that on my online store. If you want to take advantage of the Celebration joining offer, again, there is a link to do that in the description bar below. It is a fantastic time to join, and you get one of 12 bundles to be added in addition to your normal starter kit as one of the advantages of doing it during Celebration. This actually isn't one of the bundles, but there's a huge selection, one of which is valued at over £55, which I think is over €70. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Any questions, please leave those below. Please give me a thumbs up. If you don't subscribe, it's in the bottom right hand corner, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!